In a world flooded with tactical blades, spring-assisted folders and ultra-modern multi-tools, there's one knife that quietly stands the test of time: the traditional pocket knife. It's simple, it's elegant, and it might just be the smartest everyday carry choice you're not using. Whether you're navigating knife laws, looking for a low-profile tool, or just appreciate timeless craftsmanship, this old school blade has more to offer than you think. Today, I'm breaking down the top 5 reasons why a traditional knife deserves a permanent spot in your EDC. Let's get into it. So the first reason is legal compliance. In many regions, and especially in the UK, which is where I live, traditional slip joint knives without locking mechanisms are fully legal to carry. So that's legal to carry without good reason. And this example, this is an Arthur Wright. It's a Heine Haynes special with a nice red liners. This is a handmade knife and it's perfectly legal to carry. So this is one of the main things. So it doesn't have a locking mechanism. It doesn't have an automatic opening system. This is completely UK legal to carry. So a lot of the traditional knives fall within the legal blade length. So within the UK, that's a blade edge less than 3 inches and manual opening and not locking. So this makes them a safe and a smart choice for everyday use. The second reason is, well, practical utility. Traditional knives are versatile tools for daily tasks like opening packages and food prep or quick fixes. Their simple, reliable design means fewer moving parts and less chance of a mechanical failure. Now this is a Rough Rider sour belly, and one of the reasons that makes this great for an EDC knife is it's got 3 blades. So you can choose to use whichever blade you want for the particular task that you have. So here's a nice clip point blade, super sharp, very precise down near the tip. We also have a sheep's foot blade, which is great for draw cuts, very easy to sharpen. And then finally, there's the spay blade. Now, some people don't like these, and they were originally used for spaying or castrating animals. I don't think many of us do that now, but this nice blade with a reasonably blunt tip, nice belly to it, nice curved edge, it's great for opening packages. The benefit of having a traditional 3-blade knife is that, well, you've got 3 blades, so you're not going to have to sharpen it too often. If one blade goes blunt, you've got another one to use, and you can use them for slightly different tasks. So that practical utility is great. Reason number 3, timeless design and craftsmanship. Now, whether you pick any of these, and I just pick these 3 as an example. So we have a Swiss made one and 2 English made knives. So they all have a timeless design and excellent craftsmanship. Some may have classic materials like bone or wood or brass, and you can see some wood here, and may showcase heritage craftsmanship. So the Swiss Army knife is made in the same way. It's made by machine, but it's well designed. This British Army knife, which I've got another video on, so I won't go into too much detail, but this is handmade in Sheffield. And then this is another Arthur Wright knife, and this design hasn't changed in decades. This particular one's a spear point with the easy opening notch there, but it's handmade, and everything from the brass liners to the nickel silver bolsters to the wood making up the handle to the tang stamp. So this is a handmade knife, and it hasn't changed in generations. So carrying one of these adds a real touch of style and nostalgia to your gear setup. Reason number 4, well, many of these are low profile and non-threatening. They look like pocket knives. They don't look tactical or aggressive. This makes them more socially acceptable in public settings, especially if you've got a blade shape that's either a spear point, as with this Arthur Wright, or with this Swiss Army Solo. So a spear point, and especially a Swiss Army knife, is pretty non-threatening. The other blade shape that I think is also non-threatening, because it's not pointy, is the sheep's foot. So if you get this out, I don't think anybody's going to think that you're going to stab them with it. The other thing is it being a slip joint. If you do try and stab somebody with it, you're pretty much in danger of cutting your own fingers off. So it's ideal for urban environments or other situations where discretion is important. And like it or not, the impact we have on the people around us is important. Reason number 5 is their proven durability. These knives have been around for a long time. Many of them, like the Arthur Wrights, were designed for farmers to use. The same for the sow belly. This is a British Army knife. This was designed to be used by soldiers, by squaddies, by infantrymen. This particular one tended to be used in the Navy or in the engineers because it's got the marlin spike for rope work. But it was designed to go out into the field. It's not a tactical knife. It's not for stabbing somebody with, but it's for doing all of that equipment maintenance that you need to do, as well as maybe opening the odd can or beer bottle as well. So very practical, very durable. With a small amount of maintenance, these will be a great companion for years, decades sometimes. In some of the videos I've done about this, some people have had these for 40, 50 years. So very robust, simple mechanisms, and very dependable with just a little bit of maintenance. I hope I've given you some room for thought. If you're carrying a modern knife, have you considered carrying one of these traditional knives instead, or as well as, or just as part of your rotation? They will feel good in your pocket, you know? Now they may not be one-hand opening, okay? They may not be automatic, which by the way, you know, we're not permitted legal carry in the UK for an automatic opening. But this may be paired with another multi-tool or knife, and by multi-tool it could be one of the small multi-tools like this Gerber dime, or the next tool with some pliers, just to make it more all-round useful. Maybe a couple of screwdrivers on there as well, maybe even some scissors, which are always useful. So or a bottle opener, as with the Gerber dime. So you just get a little bit more versatility. But by pairing a traditional knife with one of these small multi-tools, you have a lot more going for you in your EDC. And of course, you don't need to stop there. You could use one of the small Victorinox, the 58mm, which fit in your fifth pocket so easily. One of my favorites is the Midnight Manager. This has a torch and a pen. Check out one of my videos where I go through that in detail. The Classic SD. This has scissors, a nail file, a small screwdriver as well as having the tweezers and toothpick. Or another example here is the Mini Champ, which has so many things in there. Watch one of my videos on it to go through it in more detail. So these easily fit in the fifth pocket of your jeans. You hardly know it's there. Maybe on your keychain or key ring if you like that sort of carry. Alternatively, it's not too bad to match up two of these, you know? You haven't got too much going on in your pocket. You've got a nice main blade along with something that has a number of tools. This is the Pioneer X, so this has the can opener and the cap lifter or pry bar. It also has the scissors as well, and another blade, which is always useful. So you can use one for food and one for crafting, and then the best inline awl in any Victorinox. So it's very easy to match up a traditional knife, maybe with a small multi-tool such as a Swiss Army knife, to give you a fantastic EDC. So there you have it. 5 solid reasons why the traditional pocket knife isn't just a relic, but a reliable, legal and stylish tool for everyday carry. If you've been overlooking these timeless blades, maybe it's time to give one a second look. Do you have a favorite traditional knife? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear what you carry. And if you found this video helpful or interesting, please hit the like button and subscribe for more EDC insights, and share it with somebody who still thinks newer always means better. So why don't you check out this video here or this playlist? And thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.